So good day all and welcome to the South African lawn. Okay, lekker. So today I'm gonna replace some of my sprinkler heads. I'll tell you why in a minute, but these are the ones that I'll be replacing, and I'm gonna take you through the whole process of me replacing those sprinklers. And yeah, I think it's just gonna be a lekker thing. I'm gonna show you what fittings I use, how I do it, how not to ruin your lawn while doing something like this. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it and stick around. Alright. Okay, lekker, so let me just show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace these above ground sprinklers. They're not pop-up, they just sit above the ground. I'm going to replace them for one reason. The first reason being, I always crash into them with my lawnmower. The other reason, the other day we were having a lekker couple of beers, and my one friend that I know doesn't even have a big foot. It's got like a size 8 or 9 maybe, maximum. He punts that thing out of the ground, and these are basically the remnants still of that broken sprinkler. The rest I can't even find. It's probably kicked into the neighbor's yard. So I'm going to replace them with these Okies right here. These are the Rainbird 5000 plus. I don't know what the plus is for, but anyways, that is hopefully, yep, that's what I've got on the top zone as well. For a second there I maybe thought it's 3000, but it's not. I'm going to replace them with these. These are in-ground sprinklers, so that I can run smooth with my lawnmower wherever I want. Okay, and also these put out water a little bit more consistent, a little bit more accurate. Alright. Guys, just hear my frustration, okay? So just look how tall this grass is around this sprinkler. Okay, this one was moved now with a retaining wall, but I can't mow over this flipping sprinkler here. So you mow around it, and then afterwards you need to come with your string trimmer, and then you string trim, and then you lift the bloody thing up and the line hits this thing, and before you know it the adjustment's out and you're irrigating the pavement. I'm irrigating my braai and I'm irritating myself. Okay guys, so I've done 2 irrigation videos, and I can't stress this enough that planning is the key to success when it comes to irrigation. Okay, so this is such a weirdly shaped lawn. I really couldn't figure out completely how to not leave dry spots on the lawn. So this area right here is above the steps right here, and it gets a lot of traffic, and unfortunately it doesn't get hit properly by sprinklers, because I've got one right there and I've got one where that bucket is. So this wall interferes with the shooting plane, if you understand what I'm saying. So this part right here is a hand watering flipping thing, and I tell you, hand watering is a bit of an issue, especially when it gets warmer. It takes such a long time to water, so really putting in an hour and changing sprinklers and putting in extra stuff here is really worth it when you take up all those hours that you spend watering your garden and watering your lawn, the dry spots and those type of things. Figure it out. It's a lekker DIY project. Let's get to solving this thing. I'm going to move, for starters, I'm going to move that sprinkler right there, because it's now covered with an extra sprinkler right there, which I couldn't afford earlier because I had, let me just set this thing, I had municipal pressure, which only delivered a certain amount of water. Now I've got a Jojo tank with a booster pump, which gives me a little bit more water, so I could add a couple of extra sprinklers onto this outer part zone of my yard. So I'm going to move that one right there to cover this area, and hopefully that sprinkler right there would cover that area nicely. Okay, that makes sense. I'm happy. Let's go on. Okay, so I'm going to get cracking because we're losing daylight here, but I know the pipe is running somewhere there against the wall because I put in the system. So when it gets to removing your lawn, try and do it as seamless as possible when you flip and put the grass back. So make it as easy as possible for yourself. Plan where you're going to dig and take it out in as big as chunks as possible, and cut it nice so that you can remove it nicely, so you don't sit the whole season just repairing that area that you've now damaged by digging for a flippin' sprinkler. guys, I've butchered my lawn thinking that the pipe is here somewhere, and I literally took this pot out and only dug to there. So I obviously put them quite a lot deeper than I thought. Well, I'm quite sad that I went all the way this way for nothing. What the hell? My word, look at what I find here. A packet of chips. There's no chips in it. That's cheeky of the guy who left it there. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this pipe more or less at the length I want it. Whoa, hashtag camera fails. Oh, and there's the waterworks. There is the water works right there. Yeah, so now I'm just wiping this pipe, all the debris off it. I've actually let the water run through it quickly so that all the dirt can come out. I think that's perfect length. So you don't want to let the dirt run through your sprinkler head because that'll just clog it up immediately. Alright, so that's why I said you're going to get dirty, but now I'm just going to add some plumber's tape to this oakie. I must just think. So I'll put the plumber's tape on the right way around. This isn't like definitely necessary. It does seal up pretty well by itself, the sprinkler head, but I don't like leaks. I'm just going to put that in there. Now if it leaks a little bit, it's not the end of the world. And then I just thread it. It is quite difficult to thread these sprinklers, but just give it a good push, and as soon as it takes, you'll be ready to go like that. Now, very important, don't screw it in all the way, because it is very, like, leave a gap like that. I hope you can see that clearly, so that it gives you some play to turn the thing afterwards, because it is easy to adjust to the one side, but it's not so easy to adjust the sprinkler to the other side. So you want to set your left drip point and then set it. We'll get to that, but just leave some space to play with there, so as it's in the ground you can still maneuver it around a little bit. And then Smitty, my other friend, luckily not the one who broke this thing, Rainer can't even kick the ball, but he can flip and kick a sprinkler, I'll tell you that. Thanks for breaking that one, Rainer. And then this one just pushes onto this pipe very easily like this. Here we go, and I promise you this thing will not come off. And then as you backfill this trench of yours, okay, you want to make sure that your sprinkler head is basically dead set level to the soil level, not the top of the grass level, because you'll come over here with your real rotary mower and you'll hit this thing, okay, not as easily here against the wall, but you want to try and get it just on the soil level, maybe even a little bit below it. The pressure of the water should be enough to push this through quite easily actually. Okay, so that's basically what it looks like now. I hope it's not too dark, but as you can see there, that thing is sitting basically level, just below the level of the lawn. Okay guys, so now I've got to replace the sprinkler, but now this part will determine how quickly this recovers and how well it looks. So I'm going to try and do this as seamless as possible. I'm going to spend a few minutes, 5 minutes, just getting the level perfect of the grass that I replace here. I like to firm it down so it doesn't settle afterwards and you don't sit with this chunk falling down deeper. Are you so lightly on the top dress your whole area to fill these gaps and allow it to settle in. You could actually get one of those compaction plates or whatever and run over it here with for a few seconds just to get all this higher parts, but I think I've done pretty well there. I think in a week or two, I don't think you'll see it. Alright, Ian, so it is completely dark. As you can see, you can even see the lights very clearly. It is really dark. I just want to show you that I've really spent time getting everything lacquer level and whatnot. So I'm just going to pick up the parts and then we'll talk a bit more about the nozzles tomorrow morning. Okay, lacquer. So yeah, so like with most of my projects, they take longer than I think. And then I finish in the dark. That's how it goes. I just quickly want to show you the nozzle setup here and how to insert the nozzle in this Rainbird 5000. Okay, so here's the Rainbird 5000 series, and I just want to show you, last night I did insert this nozzle right here. So with every sprinkler that you purchase, you get one of these nozzle sets included with this thing. And also I think if you buy a couple, you get the Rainbird key. With which you can pull this unit up. You just push it in there and turn it to the side, and then you can pull it up like this. This is not the Rainbird key, it looks a little bit different, the Rainbird key, but with that thing you adjust everything on this thing. So I just want to show you. Would help if I turn it out enough. So this is how the nozzles look, and they range from about 1.5 mil to 8 mils. I'm using a 6 mil on this specific one because it covers quite a large area, so it will put out more water than a 4 or a 3 millimeter nozzle. But what you do is you keep the pointy side to the top like that, and then you just insert it. It's basically goof proof. You can't put it in wrong way around really. It will tell you, and then you just use this screw on top here to screw it down into place. And also this screw that you're turning here in the front is also the screw that agitates the laminar flow, so it disturbs and turns more into a turbulent flow. Is that the word? Not 100% sure with all the terminology, but what it does is instead of shooting a straight stream into one part of your lawn, it actually turns it into a finer mist or spray and then covers a larger area more even. I really recommend that you do this with your key that you get with the sprinklers, or purchase one for that matter. I just want to show you. I'm just going to pull this head out. That is what it looks like. I'm just going to check the camera if you can see. See. Okay, I just quickly want to take you through the settings on the sprinkler head. This is the front of the sprinkler right there. Okay, and that's where you turn that screw to keep the nozzle in place and also disturb the flow. This one right here where the screwdriver is in now is where you would pick up your sprinkler head from. It doesn't adjust anything, it just picks up the sprinkler head like that. Okay, now we get to the rest. This is the important one right here at the back. So you want to set your sprinkler to the left trip point. Okay, so the body, you will set the actual body of the sprinkler to that. If there's a different way, I do apologize, then this is not a full review of this thing, but set it to the left trip point, whereas, so like mine is set to that angle right there, my left trip point. So you can actually turn this one to the right trip point and then to the left, and then you'll see where the furthest left trip point is, and then you'll use this plus and minus adjustment right here to set your right trip point. So mine is already set. So if you need it, let me just turn it around, a further or a bigger angle, let's say this is about 200 degrees, a little bit more, then you would just turn it to the plus side. There's a plus and a minus, and if you need it to shoot at a lesser angle or smaller angle, you would turn it to the minus side right there, in that direction. So that's more angle, less angle. Okay, so very simple, just in short, just set your left and right trip points to where you want it using that plus and minus adjustment right there. And then also awesome, they've got this water, I don't know if it's a shut-off or reducer or whatever. It works like a valve, so if you don't want the sprinkler to run, you could actually turn your water down with that setting right in the middle right there. So that's awesome. I like that. If you've got too much water shooting out there or shooting a little bit too far, you can dial it down just a touch, you know. I keep mine full open because they don't overspray, but that is what that is for. So you can shut off the sprinkler completely right there, or you could adjust the amount of water that comes out. Awesome. Zone 2 on. Okay, so as you can see right here, that middle adjustment, if you turn it to the side, whoop, it shuts the sprinkler off. And you can also just turn it halfway so that the water that comes out is to your requirement right there. Fully open, halfway open. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. I love the sprinklers. I really think they're awesome. They work better than the impact sprinklers, just for me personally. And now was a perfect time for me to do it because September is a low rainfall season for Johannesburg. We tend to get good rainfall through summer, but it struggles to get going in spring. So I really wanted to make sure, especially on the school season lawn, you know, cuckoo you can still survive with a little bit of drought, it just goes dormant, but this one really likes water. So I really wanted to keep this lawn happy with the amount of water that I give it to pull it through that summer stress. And now summer stress is really only September, end of August, September and October until the rain starts falling. So yeah, I think that's gonna pull me through. Hopefully I can keep this lawn happy. Hopefully you've learned something in this video. It really is for me personally a must do when you want to take good care of your lawn. Irrigation is almost more important than fertilization if you don't get good rainfall. So yeah, that's a very important aspect because it saves you so much time. It really takes large amounts of time to get your lawn watered in the summer, especially if you have to do it every second or third day by hand, the parts that dry out. So I really think this is a part where you can, it's a fun DIY project for starters, and a project that you can do that will really save you time and make gardening and lawning in particular a little bit more fun for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found the content interesting and informative. If you like this video, please give it a like and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed and liked the videos and commented. Yeah, I think that's lekker, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now, bye bye. Oh, I love sprinklers. Sprinklers are fun. It's such a, you know, water. It's such a fulfilling part of life, you know. Just loves it. Just loves it, the grass.